Greetings, Milky here. So this time I wanted to show you how a fully maxed plutonium bar Bulwark build looks like in Astroloot. Very fun build, very chill, very relaxed. So let's run an abyss here, like around 1.3k, and we wait a second. Monster spawn. Okay, yeah, about this. That's the build. Okay, yeah. That's what the build does, and that goes deeper up to 2k or something, that everything instantly dies. So pretty strong. So let's cover all the items and mods and then the skill tree afterwards. So I'm sitting at 11,237 trillion damage at the moment. Yeah, life doesn't matter at all. I got like 26k armor, not that much. Because everything dies instantly. Anyway, there's nothing coming out of enemies, so that's fine. So we got the plutonium bars, both look the same. We got nuclear damage here, minions, all mods, plus 10 time, because the local time is on the weapon is affecting the bulwark, which is a good chunk of damage, better than all the other mods. Increased crit chance and more damage over time as an Octree mod, which is very nice. Of course, early on you don't need it. You use critical strike multiplier or damage over time increased. One of those on the normal plutonium bar. That's totally fine, but this is maxed out stuff here. Then we got a Nexus here. I got one with more effect of your fields. It feels like the best one for me because you can have increased nuclear damage, level of all mods, minion mods, and resists on them. Again, on the Phantom Shield, I use a dodge shield because I scale dodge for damage. Got a dodge roll, all minions, mods, and resistances. Same here. I kept all my resistances, so I picked Mars because it's only a little bit of damage increasing stat. I could use, like on the another shield, it's like plus 1.4% extra damage. So it's not much. You can get resist as well. Makes Bulwark thing here, but who cares? So 2 high dodge things. I couldn't find a better Nexus with the field mod. Something like Mars would probably be the best as an implicit for a little bit more damage. But yeah, that's what I have. On a warp, you want some more damage over time here. Increased damage over time. Math again, or resistances. Level of all mods, plus 20 dodge and 2 chips. 20 dodge is better than plus 3 of minion levels. Same with the chips. And 2 level of all mods is always better than plus 3 of minion mods. So yeah, that's the best you can get basically. Which base doesn't really matter. I got it on a warp. You might have something else, but that's what I got. And a null heart with plus 1k armor. I got one with 20% more effect of your fields, but 1k armor is better in terms of damage and defense as well. So I picked that up. For the chips, I got Lord Chickens, Soulstone, Feathered Agility, with 1% more damage per overcap dodge. That's why we have a lot of dodge everywhere. You can read it here, down here. Okay. Like everything that can have dodge has dodge. To overcap a lot of dodge. 2 that's packed. For more bulwark damage. Those are my empowered chips. Everything looks the same. Again, dodge, that's 12% more damage. More armor. Armor also scales the damage. More damage over time, crit damage, and damage over time. Those are the best damaging mods I could find for myself. The plus levels you can have on them are not as good as 12% more damage, as it turns out. I used plus levels a long time, but it doesn't work anymore for me. And for my normal ships, they look something like this. 12 dodge, minions have increased armor, area of damage, crit chance, crit damage, damage over time. If you craft jewels, like a mass of them, like everything except the minions have increased armor are crafted, and try with the Jinx Orb what would increase your damage the most, because it's a little bit tight. It depends how much you have. Like this one has increased damage of minions as a mod. Yeah, this one has armor again, and yeah, stuff like that. It changes a little bit. It depends a bit how much of one stat you have. At some point, the other stat gets better. So keep that in mind. Try it out. That's some min-maxing, sweaty stuff, but yeah. The other 5 mods are fixed, and minions have increased armor, increased damage, or maybe increased nuclear damage. Those are 3 options. You can check what helps the most. So, for mods, we got the Bulwark here with Agony, Necromancer for increased minion power, Field, it's more effect, increases the damage of Plutonium bar as well as the AoE, minion damage and minion armor. That said, if I have a zone that's very long and my slow bulwarks cannot keep up, I just switch Agony with minion dash, and the minions are way faster with increased maximum velocity. Usually that's in low-level sector, so I just use it on one of my Plutoniums and let it in here. Like, you can run one all the time. It's not that much of a damage difference, but that's minion dash very good if you have big maps, big zones you want to run. Yeah, both have the same mods, and in my here I got Viral Nexus with Nuke and Corrode. I got +1 virus on my skill tree, so I can use 2 viruses. And Lethality for crit chance and crit damage. It's at this point I got so many jewels, it's not that strong anymore, but still there's nothing better for one slot here. So it's still very good. Okay, skill tree, let's cover it quickly. Like I said, all the chips I have basically looks the same. So I got an singularity here. Doesn't matter which slot it has. This one was the closest to multi-crit. So we got multi-crit here. That's very nice. It doesn't matter that much which path you take out. The nuclear risk is probably the best one. Yeah, the rest are basically just chips and increased area of effect. And yeah, some virus stuff. Virus is pretty strong in nuclear damage over time builds. And here we got to start through the dodge nodes, because dodge are more damage for me. Very nice. Got some area here, and most of the minion nodes I use are just minion power nodes, except this one. This has 18% more damage, and this one was pretty efficient for 2 points. Like it's combined 14.5% more damage for me. There's nothing for 2 points that's better, so I just picked it up for 2 points. Why not? Yeah, damage over time stuff and chips, all the chips, like everywhere. Like every chip looks the same. You saw one, they all basically look the same. We got critical corrosion here, so my damage over time can crit. That's a big part of the damage. And evolution here for increased effect of viruses, which is very good. Yeah, more minion power here, minion power here, minion power here. Very nice. And yeah, phase tank. The more armor helps our damage as well. Very sweet to have. Another chip here, and other stuff like range. And I got enough range and AoE to cover the whole arena without moving my character. So that's very nice. I think this AoE node has 40% effect. This one's 30. If you think you might lag a little bit, you can use 2 points here instead of here. This one just had area damage a little bit higher than here. That's why I picked it. squeeze out every little drop of damage as I can. Alternatively, if you have some point remaining, I don't know how I should get one remaining. Like you can, for example, don't use this jewel here and use something else. Something like Fist of Endbringer is pretty strong. It doesn't change the tooltip, but it's 60% more damage against bosses. Like my 11,000 trillion has another 60% more damage multiplier. That's huge for bosses where you want the damage the most. But this one is more universal. And the pickup stuff helps a little bit for XP as well. It's not too bad. So those are the options. And that's the build, basically. Oh, the class, Ivy. We got Ivy here. The most important stuff. We use bodyguards here, guardians. So minion power also applies to minion defense, which is very strong. Increase minion power, this one more armor, increase minion power, very nice. Minion modifiers apply to your ship as well, which is very nice. So we gain defense from that, and this somehow goes back to minion power, also applies to minion defenses. There's some sketchy behavior, but this node is very strong. It's like 500% more damage here. Very good, better than the other nodes here. And yeah, even using this one would make pacifism better. Normally it's just 50% more damage. If you have this one allocated, it's 126% more damage for me. I don't know. There's this minion modifier applied to your ship stuff. It's a little bit sketchy, but very nice. But again, with better bodyguards, it's the highest damage thing I can pick. So I pick bodyguards here. So Mastermind here and Pacifism both look very good for damage, but they are worse than the other options. So I picked those. That's the build. And a little bonus here. If you want to ramp the number up a lot, you can use a railgun. I got a support offhand step stick railgun here. You can use something like that on several builds if you want. It often helps the damage even a lot. Like this railgun has all the stats that help my minions. Except the time. I should recraft the time for attack speed. The time doesn't do anything in the setup. But that's an example. Like attack speed would be better for even more procs. We can use this one and switch a few things up. Where is it? Electric here. Then we got this removed. Corrode here. I show you the setup afterwards. This one can go. We use this one here and this one and this. Oh, one missing. This one. Okay. Now this railgun grants a lot of stats to my plutonium bar. As you can see, I'm almost at 20k trillion DPS. That's a lot higher than before. So very nice. And I got something like shock in here, which is a lot of damage. That's the most part of the damage. And we got electric here. So we deal electric damage and we can shock. And as you can see, shock reduces the resistances of enemies by up to 100%. That's like double damage on its own. Shock lasts 2 seconds. The thing is, I attack like 30 times per second as a base without attack speed scaling. And here I got 401 attacks per second currently. And yeah, that's the maximum shock is applied instantly. Basically, once the projectiles hit. That's very strong buff. We apply our viruses with attacks, so we have room down here. Additional attacks and split are here to cover the screen a little bit better. That's the main reason, to hit more enemies. Usually railguns are the best option. You can use other ones if you have something with 50% more damage over time on another weapon. It feels like railgun is the best, but every weapon you can use every weapon. I tried the turbine blades. The AoE was a little bit low. That was disappointing, but Yeah, that's the thing. And now I got 3 fields here, like the field mode for more effect for fields, time, shamrock for more luck and lethality, because luck increases our shock chance, and with this I got from 55% to 100% shock chance. So that's why, yeah, it's I got so much attack speed it doesn't even grant me any extra damage anymore. That was something from before. I don't even need it, but time is a little bit of extra damage and lethality is a little bit better. So yeah, instead of time, I can use what is it? Math? Maybe. Why cannot I cannot search something? Okay, math. What is it? It doesn't matter. You can use something else, whatever you want. You can, for example, use resistances. What is it? Like diamond, which helps the minions a lot, and you can, for example, free up suffixes on your gear for extra mass or time or something like that. Maybe some suffix Octrinon mod, for example. So you can ramp up the damage even higher than like almost 20 trillion with a support weapon. The thing is, let's go for from sector here. This one. The thing is, there's a little bit more delay in some cases because the DPS only counts if you hit the enemy, and yeah, sometimes it takes it has a little delay until the projectiles hit. It depends a little bit on the death, but 2 plutonium bars can feel a little bit smoother than with a railgun. Even though the DPS is lower, it can feel smoother. So yeah, do what you want with it. But that's a nice side information you can use in other builds as well. So that's about it. That's the video. I think I covered everything important. Have a nice day. Bye bye.